Hey, it's Eve. Sorry I look like shit. That's because it's been a very, very, very busy couple weeks. So today, I'm actually dropping off a bunch of stuff that I just bought over like the past 2 days. Bought and collected from donations. I have like a whole car full, like I don't know, like if you guys can, this whole car is just full of stuff. I can't even get like a good angle to show all of it, but yeah, this whole car is full. And then there's even more in the back, like in the trunk. So yeah, this is all stuff, like props, set pieces, all stuff that I bought and found yesterday and the day before. So I just drove to our storage / rehearsal space and we're going to unload it, and then I'm going to actually go shop again for more props that I didn't get in the past 2 days. Kind of got a late start today. First several hours of the day I was just getting ready. I thought we were going to unload it earlier, but that didn't work out, so I just spent the first part of the day answering emails, online shopping for stuff that we didn't find in store, so I did a lot of that. Kind of a slow morning, and then after shopping I'm gonna drop off whatever I found again, and then we're going to go back home, have a really quick dinner, and then we're going to go off to my second theater job. So yeah, let's get started unloading. I know, and that wasn't even like all the stuff that I had. Now that that's done, I'm going to drive to this one like big antiques store, I guess, see if there's anything that we could use there. Hopefully that will not take longer than an hour because I need to get home and eat and get ready for my next show. So let's hurry and get this done. Well, that was a bust. I was really hoping to find an old broom and dustpan. Like, I have been looking everywhere for like all week trying to find just one stinking broom. I mean, I didn't go to like Fred Meyer or any place, but I wanted to find a broom that was like kind of old looking, and like, you know, that would kind of fit with the aesthetic that we're going for. They don't want a new broom, even though a new broom would be like $10 and I could just pick one up easily, but they want an old broom. I can't find a stinking stupid old broom. Anyway, props crew, hit that like if you can relate. You can't find what the hell your director wants you to find. So for this show, I'm actually, there's someone else coming. Okay. I'm actually not props. I have been doing prop shopping. So what I am is I am an assistant to the designers. It was originally just assistant scenic designer, but our lovely costume person is doing both costumes and props design, so she also needs an assistant. And that's kind of normal for community theater, I think. Usually I keep losing my train of thought. I have like so many things going through my head right now. Anyway, for community theater, usually only a few people are like working on it. Like, you don't normally have like whole crews dedicated to like an area like you might in like high school or college theater. At least our community theaters, or the community theaters that I've worked at, we don't get crew. We get the people that they have hired, which is like maybe 3, 4, 5 people to put this show together, and people just have to do it. Another problem, well, not problem, but another thing with this theater specifically, it doesn't have like a lot of like stuff already. Like it's not like that new, but it also doesn't have like a very big storage space, so it doesn't have like a whole scene shop where they can just keep like, you know, a bunch of wood or a bunch of old props or a bunch of old costumes. They don't really have that. I mean, they have like a closet that they can keep like boxes of stuff in, but not like a lot of stuff. So we have to find and buy a lot of stuff for this show. It's not that unique for community theater actually, because a lot of community theaters, they just rent their spaces. They don't even have their own space. They just rent space to rehearse or space to perform. So yeah, so college theater and high school theater, you generally have bigger budgets, you generally have space to store things, and you don't need to find like every little thing that's going to be in your show. That's because like they are generally more funded than nonprofit community theaters. By the way, when I'm talking about theater, this is like community, as in like nonprofit, very small, sometimes beginning startup theaters. I don't think I'm working with any beginning theaters right now. I have to keep moving my phone down here when there's a car coming, so I don't want them to think that I'm filming them. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep it down here. The big theaters, like the big for-profit theaters, they're generally going to have a lot bigger budget. It's going to be a lot different. Between school theaters, community theater, and like big, I guess, theater, we have a couple like big theaters in my town too. But apparently like that's a whole different world, even between community and big theater, and between like high school and big theater. It's still like completely different from what I hear. I haven't never actually worked in a big theater before. It's apparently like you get crews, but everyone, like, you get hired for one thing and you do that thing. Like, that's what you're hired for and that's what you do, because they have money to hire a bunch of people to do specific jobs. With community theater, it's basically just like your team and you do multiple things. You may be hired to like be a generic assistant, or you may be hired to build, but you're also probably going prop shopping, just like our builder is doing. You might be hired to do costumes, but hey, you're also designing props, stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of a pretty common community theater thing. So that was my point. I totally like got lost trying to get there, but here we are. I reached the point. The show that I'm going to this evening is, the theater's definitely bigger than this theater I'm working with during the daytime, and actually their show is already going on. They're performing JC Superstar. I am a stagehand for that show. That's my first time working with that theater. I applied to like other positions, but they hired me as a stagehand, and I'm like, I'm not gonna complain because I want to get my foot in the door and start working for them. I decided to sign on as a stagehand, and honestly, it's like a really fun job. I love my stage managers, and I love my other fellow stagehands. And also another example of this, one of my fellow stagehands, they got told to be on Spotlight because they have lighting experience. So that's just another example. Like, you may be hired to do one thing, but you may be doing other things. So far, I'm just like a backstage runner. Like, I go and run back and forth, delivering props from one side to the other, or costumes, or helping with mic changes, stuff like that. So that's my job, and you guys will see that later tonight, at least a little bit. I can't film the whole thing, but you get a little peek at it. So anyway, I have about an hour to eat, get dressed, get my stuff together, and then I am driving over to the transit center and just riding the bus to I can't think right now. Okay, I'm eating, I'm getting dressed, then I am driving to the transit center where I am getting on the train to go to the next theater venue where I will be doing my next show. I just want to show you guys something else real quick. So this is my script, and See, it's tabbed at the front, and all of these tabs, this is actually pretty small for some shows. But there are 3 of us working back there, so the work is divided between us, but all of these tabs are a page on which I have to do something. So, like, so this very first page, I just have it down. It's reminding me to reset the books and the basket. This next page, I have to run a sign from upstage left to upstage right. And that's pretty much, like, it's the same for pretty much all of these. I can't show much because that was copyrighted information. Yeah, so this is my Bible, pun intended, and which I use backstage to help me keep track of when things are happening. And I just basically sit back there and read along and do the show. So here I am in my all blacks. So we wear all blacks if so that the audience can't see us while we're backstage, and also so that if we're doing like a scene change during a blackout, we're just less noticed, and it also just looks more professional. So yeah, we have to wear all blacks, generally with long sleeves, although some theaters will let you do it in short sleeves, but I am definitely doing it in long sleeves because it's fucking cold outside. So, and also I am wearing my sweater because, like I said, it's very cold, but I won't be wearing this in the theater. I'll be wearing it, oh, this is inside out, but anyway, I'll be wearing it until I get to the theater. It is time for me to go, like very time, so I have to rush over there to the train station so I can ride over. Okay, it's 6 o'clock now, which means I am late, officially late, but we're walking to the theater right now, and it's fucking cold. Okay, I'll be right back in a little bit. This is one of the backstage areas. I'll show you around. Props, costumes. It was laundry day. This is my little chair where I sit. Some stuff is in it. This is where we keep the brooms. It's not ideal, but that's where they're kept. Yeah, I can't show you very much, but here's a sneak peek. Hey, it's Eve on day 2 of this little experiment thing. I had originally only planned to do just one day in the life kind of deal. But I mean, I didn't really get a lot of like good footage from my show that I do during the daytime. So I wanted to kind of show you a little bit more of that today, and then maybe a little bit more backstage this evening. But yeah, so we're gonna have a production meeting at 12, and it is 11:18 right now, which means I have to get going. Then we're going to be doing some tech testing, so I'll see what I can show you guys. Hopefully we'll be doing like a lot more today than just yesterday, because yesterday was kind of a bust. I didn't really do much or like many like interesting things that I could show you. Like I went shopping and I dropped stuff off, but that's not like a usual like average day. I think I think today will be a pretty good day to show you like kind of what goes on. I think we're going to like 4:30 today, which means that I'm pretty much, when I leave my first show, I'm pretty much driving directly to the transit center and then just getting on the train right away. I think it'll take longer for me to drive home and then eat and then drive back. So I'm just going to drive to the transit center, and then I have my backpack. I have a bigger backpack today, and I had that filled up with my clothes that I need to change into. And then I'm just going to, there's a McDonald's like right next to my theater for downtown. So I'm just going to get dinner there tonight because I'll be getting into town like a little bit early, so I'll have time to like eat and stuff. So yeah, that's the plan. I will see you guys later.
I just have to have like good memory. Yeah, by 2 hours, that's just like my life.
All right, I am taking a break. So what you guys saw there, we just did a production meeting, and now we're in the space and we're doing measurements. We're talking about the plan, just like we're also sound testing. We're kind of just like, we only get to like rent this space like every once in a while, so we're doing as much as we can when we can. Fun fact about this space is that this is actually kind of an interactive theater. So there's lots of rooms, there's a lot of like activities. So it's not just like the audience sits down and watches a show, the audience is walking around in the show. It's very cool, but it's also huge and it's very overwhelming. So yeah, this is probably the biggest show that I've ever done, and it's like everyone is like so stressed and overwhelmed because it's like opening soon and we're all like, oh, we have so much to do. So yeah, I just needed a breather because it's very stressful. So yeah, so that's what's happening, and I'll see if I can show you guys a few more clips later. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon. And that is it. That is 2 days in my life working in theater. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope that you liked it. Sorry it was a little long, and that it gave you some insight into what I do kind of for a living, kind of as a hobby, because it doesn't pay the best, but it's what I love to do. So anyway, I hope this was fun for you guys to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, and then just riding the bus to, I can't talk.